on the beat.
How you supposed to have light if you got solar missing? Everything seems bright with solar vision. Whole court no witness, nobody notice missing. I'm my own judge, jury, and the co-defendant. It ain't an idol with its solar image. Get to the core, my nigga, no pretending. Hotter than Jamie Foxx on a solar mission. Melchizedek, no beginning nor an ending. Ain't no need to study long if you gon' study wrong. Got me chasing the ghost with no lily bones. Blew a hustle anywhere but never hustle home. Mama pray for us so cause he ain't coming home. Watch you doctrine get demolished. Bluetooth pilots for YouTube scholars. I do for knowledge, not no stupid dollars. My new provider make them hoop and holler in the lead for the light bringers. Illuminati, you ain't doing nada, and blue ain't bother. Can't be rolling with you with no stupid mind. No Candace Owens, I don't do Kamala. Free flowing out this new Kabbalah. Lumen in the garden, hit a human olive, and you can get this stick with no soup and salad. Blue seeker asylum on a Cuban island. My newest challenge is live a long life. Can't nobody live it for you, you gon' live your own life. Right place, wrong time. I'm in the valley where the bones dry. I prophesy to the bones ride. How you supposed to have light if you got solar missing? Everything seems bright with solar vision. Whole court no witness, nobody notice missing. I'm my own judge, jury, and the co-defendant. It ain't an idol with its solar image. Get to the core, my nigga, no pretending. Hotter than Jamie Foxx on a solar mission. Melchizedek, no beginning nor an ending. Wake up, Jacob, tell him it's urgent. Identify me by the blessings, never the curses. Walk on water, but I never submerging. You a goon on Zoom, but never in person. My verses merge with the ancient letters. My rating's good, but my rank is better. You soft as Wayne and baby's leather. If I bring my best, you can't do better. Local natives surrounded by the foreignness. The throne of David, the crown is more rich. I get anointed the babies and crown the poorest. I'm rolling now. I found the forest. Lex told me keep a head and a leg up. Y'all rob with a tank at your head, bruh. Consul told Blue keep your bread up. Seen solar at the door like lead, yeah. I'm shooting for the top like Rick Berry. Sneaking baseline trying to rip perish. This is where your talking points get perished. Just to be a champion like Chris Harris. How you supposed to have light if you got solar missing? Everything seems bright with solar vision. Whole court no witness, nobody notice missing. I'm my own judge, jury, and the co-defendant. It ain't an idol with its solar image. Get to the core, my nigga, no pretending. Hotter than Jamie Foxx on a solar mission. Melchizedek, no beginning nor an ending. Of a rap tweet. Smoking up, ride my both eyes open up. I can't put an exercise. Recon. Need explosive. You try to keep on so you get a fucking door. for my nigga deep on. Every low wound to get deep on. I'ma write deep on with we gon' I'ma make it say before I make out alive. No channel Bob, I would let me lie. For the news, I make it out alive. But pain my eyes on the rest of the cry. 5 hands to the sky. Good man. I ain't giving no chance to the side. I'ma put they beat both hands in the fire. Dancing the fire like each other. Want to keep wet. We didn't overexpose to the deep end. To the overexposure and they don't know they got it in the deep end. In a way that they somebody do the weekend. Everything blown to the place like a beacon. Drowned in the flames, just too late to let it sink in. Got 10 ways I can be in. Sitting on 2 days and relax. People don't know what they had for. I can't come at the door, trying to move their I know them all, I got every shot. Taking every soul away. 3 lights. I can smell the fire burning through the sheep. If I'm seeing bodies in the flame, I'll breathe out. This is how you crack the I take the back to try to leave out. This is for my roots when they do the deep south. John Flow Halls, we in the deep south. Showing up the deep in the streets out. Every man lined up, showing up the streets out. In the stage where the deep.
All right, what's going on, family? A couple of the technical difficulties. I don't know exactly what was up with that. But hey, man, we'll do it the other way. You know how it is, man. We'll do it the other way. And, you know, keep it all the way up there. So, yeah, man, it is some things I could address. Matter of fact, I am. I'm not even going to let this slide. To be honest with you, I'm going to go ahead and address it now. So, this nigga, and shout out, man. Let me go ahead and get some shout outs real quick, man. Shout out to Mongo Slade. Definitely got my attention on this. Shout out to Mongo Slade. This definitely is his title. So we're gonna be definitely going into this. Shout out to Hood Therapy. Shay Bo in the building. My nigga Domo in the building, the political plug. If y'all want to check out the Chop Up Show, the link is in the description to that. Definitely check that out. Yeah, shout out to the DFT band. Shout out to Vortex Rap Battle League. Y'all can see Lexus in the building. Shout out to Akasha. Shout out to Akasha. Power to the dark side. Appreciate you. So yeah, man, this is another day, man. You know, we got a few things we're gonna get into, but before I do, I'm definitely gonna have to address Suave's weekend. I'm just sick of this nigga. Like every single day. Now, this nigga has been trying to pretend like he's just super innocent. I don't know why Nandy keeps going at me. I told this duck ass nigga in the meeting. I said, bro, look, man. If this turns out that if this ends up being something where it's Nandi, bro, versus the argument league, I'm out of that shit, bro. I'm not in the middle. You need to nip this shit in the bud. Because I told him, I said, it's starting to look like it's argument league versus the Nandi, bro. I don't know exactly, you know, what you got going, but the shit ain't looking good, bro. And I'm telling you now, I told him, I said, yo, you know, I rock with Nandi, so I'm not, you know, you blur the lines, bro. And it is what it is. So that somehow turns into I am what somehow that turns into me oh shoot, y'all can't hear me? Hold on. Let's see. Oh, let's try this. Okay, how about man, hold up. Let me get this situated real quick. Let's see what the deal is. You know what? I might have had a Bluetooth problem. Hold on, let me see. Let me back out and come right back. Hold up. Oh, it's better. Is that good? Let me see. Hopefully that's straight. Yeah, hopefully it's straight. Let me see. Maybe let me try to pull back up the Bluetooth. Man, that should be a trip though. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, cool. Okay, here we go. Yeah, maybe I had to get something off of it. I was sharing the screen. So yeah, so I'm telling this dude, we have a meeting. I hate to have to expose this meeting, but the people who was in the meeting, most of them left the league anyway, so it don't even really matter. So we had this meeting, and we in the meeting, like, yo, how can we clean up everything that is going on right now? You know, and so we like, it's a lot of drama going on. We got to figure it out. Now, mind you, the ordeal that happened while this dude trying to pretend like he don't know why Nandi going at him, he has no idea. I'm on the show with this dude. Whatever Moonflower and Nandi had going on, that was taken care of on Nandi channel. Nandi didn't come over on the argument league, start no lives where all of the other debaters are to go at Nandi. No. Moonflower comes to Suave and goes, hey, I want to go live on 90. I'm tired of whoop de whoop. Are you okay with me going live there? Instantly in my head, I'm like, that's a bad idea, bro. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. I'm like, that's a horrible idea. You gotta, you gotta say no. Like, unfortunately, not to do that. If you're gonna go at 90 information, yeah. But if you're going at 90 to settle your own personal beef, no. It's affiliated with the league. No, you can't do that. 90 went on her own channel and said whatever the hell she said on her own channel. She comes to you and asks you, what are you supposed to do? No. Not only did you tell her, yeah, nigga, you said you fully support her and you stand behind it. Like, what? That puts you in the middle of something, bro. That's what you did. You got in the middle of something when you did that. Not only did she do the stream talking about 90, but on top of that, Black Sun gets doxxed on the live. Doxxed on the live by some female. We don't even know if any of this stuff is true. Any of it. They talking about all kind of. I don't even want to repeat the stuff that was said about it. All of this is happening on a channel for debaters, where the debaters are supposed to be meeting to discuss debates. Exactly. She got her own channel. Like that was a bad move. That was a bad move. There was no need to get in the middle of that. You had one job. I'm sorry, Moon. I don't have no problem, but I can't let you personally go at 90. Use this platform to personally go at 90. It's connected to the league. No, what do? You start that whole war, bro. Thirsty for attention. Like, that's the silly shit, bro. You didn't even know where the line was. It was a simple line. It was a very simple line. It wasn't hard. Tell her no. I'm sorry. 90 did this on her channel. You have to go do it on your channel. But what happened? Then you try to lie and pretend like that conversation never happened. Nigga, I was there. I heard her when she came on to ask you for permission. I heard what you said in response. That's why I stopped fucking with you. I told you what time it was. I told you in the meeting. I said, bro, at least come out, bro, and say, look, hey, I wasn't really in support of what happened. I wasn't sure. You didn't even much do that. You didn't even much take the damn video down. Like, bro, you're silly. Shout out to Angel in the building. I appreciate it. Like, you're super silly. And it's sad, bro. It like, this has been going on, man, for too long. I think we could have debated. You ran. We lined up 2 battles, 3. You weasel the first battle. Somehow you weasel your way out of battling me. You supposed to be battling me. You go pick on Solar. Nah, I want to battle Solar, and he beats your fucking head in. You garbage. Set up another battle with you. What do? A few days before the battle, we ain't gonna do it on where we been battling at. Let's do it on pay-per-view. Like what? We're gonna just charge $20. Like nigga, we ain't even promote no goddamn pay-per-view. The nigga just like bro, the nigga is weird, bro. The nigga act like the song we did. Yeah, me and Solar beat the nigga up in the damn song. It wasn't even personal. I had a battle coming up with Brandon Bay. Solar on the same ticket had the battle coming up with Swab Boss, which it should have been me versus Swab Boss, but that's another story. We do a song to promote the damn battle. Brandon is ready to ride. He like, shoot, let's drop a song. No, Swab's old emotional ass. What'd he do? Nah, he super hurting. Like, bro, you in the battle league, nigga. Yeah, Solar was putting in work on them bars, Angel. Solar was putting it on work, putting in that work. For real. I'm still hurt about that Kobe, that Kobe bar. But straight up. But I mean, like, I told this dude, and he's just gonna pretend like I don't know what's going on and why Nandi's going at me. Nigga, you put your channel in the middle of some funk, and then you pick sides. Like niggas ain't noticed. Nigga, you was super short. You're super short when it comes to Sister Soul. You're super short when it comes to Sister Divine. You were super short when it came to Sister Nandi. But when it comes to them other females, they can talk about goddamn Africans being the problem of World War III all night long, aborting black babies all night long. They can talk about all of that. But as soon as Sister Divine want her little moment, we all know Sister Divine ain't gonna stay long. She gonna spill it. She gonna get it out. She don't want to be interrupted. She don't want to be tested. Let her get hers out, and then let's move on. But no, you be real short with them. You real short. You was real short with 9. Like, come on, bro. Act like you've been around women before. This shit weirdo, bro. It's real weird. Like, I seen that. I tried to be cool. Like, you know what, man, whatever. I'm not finna let you take me down on no goddamn simping ass shit. The hell is wrong with you? If you're gonna be 100, be 100. But nigga, keep the same energy for all the women. You didn't have that, nigga. I seen, nigga, that ain't right, nigga, how you treated Sister Soul and then was day one. Sister Divine, day one. She can't get the time, bro. She can't get the mic. Like, that should be crazy. You ready to flip out on her. Not one time have you flipped out on any of them females that was around you talking that dumb shit. Not one time. Not once. Like, bro. I'm telling you, bro. You gotta check yourself. Get in the mirror, bro. Pour some water on your face. You need to apologize and get out of this shit, that whatever you trying to get yourself. Like, honestly, I don't even know, bro, if you can even recover from this. No debaters won't even come around you no more, bro. It's that bad. Niggas is off, rather just go do other shit and set up a debate on the fucking phone. We can't even much get together and build the way that we was. Because you were so short with them, but you gave the anti-black rhetoric the longest leash I've ever seen in my life. You got to be crazy. That means you got to test it. Nah. But nigga, be 100. You ain't 100, bro. That ain't it. That ain't it. Just for smiles and all of that, that ain't it, bro. Niggas ain't even bringing, nobody want to come around and bring out information no more. That shit crazy. The whole spot changed, bro. The whole energy done changed. And you the only one that think everybody just boycott and want to take their ball. It's like, come on, bro. You silly as shit. Look at what is around you. Now we looking. We don't even see, bro. You don't even understand. You don't even understand. We had a solid base that no matter what we went through, 4 years, they still stuck out with us. How the fuck you run them off? They don't even want to be seen nowhere around you. We got a solid base of debaters that at least every night, even though niggas will take their breaks, niggas will cycle back through. Bro, niggas don't even want to be on other channels. They just didn't disappear. Like, this shit crazy. Madon, Lance, they made the fucking show. Like, damn. We have no one to argue with now. You ran everybody that we were supposed to be arguing with off because you didn't want arguments on the argument league. And now what the fuck is you doing? Sitting there agreeing to aborting black babies like a duck. These niggas is silly. Like, bro, come on, bro. It's easy to see the energy, bro. It's easy to see what's going on. It was the smiles. It was the avatars. You got fucking lost in goddamn avatars. You can't please everybody. And then you just, how the fuck do you choose the side that's anti-black? Like, it's one thing, I don't pick a side, I'm out of that, you know, I just host the show, da-da-da-da. Nigga, you picked the side. You picked the fucking side. I wasn't even in total disagreement with allowing Moonflower to say what she want to say, and it being challenged. I really didn't want to hear the shit all the time, but I gave the same energy that I gave Moonflower, I gave to Sister Divanya, that I gave to Sister Nandi, that I gave to Sister Soul. I gave all of them same energy. If I hear something, I can I'll it's a certain way that you can disagree. Some you can. You just let them, you let them have the floor, bro, and you move on. You don't take that. But to be short-tempered with them, that's weird, bro. That's weird. And to me, that's where I'm looking at. That's a lack of respect for women. You only got a long rope for the ones with pretty avatars? What the fuck going on? You can't see them. Nobody's cutting on their goddamn camera. It's a picture and a voice. The fuck is wrong with you? This nigga's silly, man. Everybody's gone. This is bad, bro. Everybody's gone. I'm listening. I'm like, damn, bro. It was just nice to just, niggas was goddamn. Yeah, we was beefing, but damn, it was information. So eventually, it came back around to some information, something we can shape out into a damn argument and put into a debate. That whole element is gone. That whole element is gone. That whole part of our day of waking up, waiting to hear something stupid, so you hit the link, that's gone. It's a wrap. You won't be finding no more debates like that no more. I'm telling you. We had dudes who nobody agreed with. Some people agree, maybe, I don't know. But damn, it's information, but at the same time, there are people that come to hear us yell at Lance. They come to hear that. They know we tune in today. Lance is finna jump clean out. Claim your inheritance is definitely finna take us on a wild trip. And it's our job. We pull us back in. Like, oh, wait. Where we going? That was the show. I got through 10-hour shifts with this shit. But now it's like the conversation always ends up on somehow like black men is starting World War IIIs and shit. Africans is taking over the drug trade from Afghanistan. Like it always ends up on some shit like that somehow. Then it's cool. And so and let me get back to it. Because to even say it all, what's crazy is after even all of that, I still didn't even say nothing. I just stayed out of the way. I even would still come in, show my support in the chat. Even though I said, yo, man, if it becomes AOY versus 90, I'm not fucking with you. I still come through, put my name in the chat. I know it's some little heat for that, but I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and take that. Every now and then hit the link with you. Even though I know it's the ship is goddamn sale. Still hit the link with your dumb ass. Just to cry the show, bro. It's something. What do you do? For no reason, just start kicking me in the goddamn back. I don't become the DMT until the boycott of art. The fuck is you talking about? Nobody thinks about you. Like this nigga, like everything somebody else is doing, for some reason in his mind is revolving around him. This silly ass nigga, never, mind you, the nigga come on, like the nigga is delusional. He goes on Lex's channel after Lex then debated the leader of the goddamn Black Panthers and told him Black Power was outdated. What does Suave do? Come on Lex's channel claiming to be updated Black Power. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Like, stop it, bro. You're playing game. And then you're gonna try to pretend like you created some shit. Nigga, that was based off of the damn debate that you watched. Stop it. Ain't nobody crazy. You came right in after that debate and tried to clean up your damn doctrine of some shit. And then what's even weird, you're going at it with people who actually do shit. You talking about goddamn the Black Panthers and shit? What the fuck are you doing? How are you upgrading Black Panther? They don't know you. This nigga is crazy. You're the new. Like, bro, just stop, man. These niggas, man. So the new Black Panther is what? The new Black Power is what? What are they okay with? Aborting black babies? What is the new Black Power movement about? Divest? Is the Black Power movement okay with anti-African propaganda? What the fuck? Your shit then turned into Fox News, nigga. If I want to hear about how bad black people are and how bad Africans are in the world, I'll just turn on the news. I'll just turn on the TV. That's simple. I don't come to YouTube to hear the same propaganda. I'm here on YouTube to create a new propaganda. That's Black Power. But this nigga, bro, silly. Silly. I said, man, I've been trying to spare the dude. We've been I done gave him a long enough light. We finna go ahead and get into this presentation. Because 9 times out of 10, when we talking about Swab Boss, we probably talking about a goddamn Xenobot anyway. Just gonna be honest with you. And you don't know who's who. Because even, you gotta think, remember, if we are getting the technology now, they've been producing this shit for years. We don't know who already is been walking around amongst us with these goddamn nanobots in them. These niggas are agents. Some are agents known, some of them are sleeper cells, but they're agents. Either fucking way. They come in, they cause confusion, they try to cause a divide, and then they try to start their own shit. Sounds familiar? We've seen it. We've seen this play out before. But anyway, let's get into this. Team builds first living robots that can reproduce. These goddamn Xenobots, I'm telling you. Let's keep going. AI designed Xenobots reveal an entirely new form of biological self-replication, promising for regenerative medicine by Joshua Brown, University of Vermont. Right? And so what you're going to see is what they ended up doing. Oh my God. Here goes my favorite troll. What's going on, buddy? I'm going to put you up there. Shout out to Shay Love is in the building. Appreciate you, Campground TV. And even though I know you came to beat me up, I'm going to go ahead and shout you out anyway. What's going on, Shantae Lawson? So we got the robots. What they did was, right, they have this, it's this African frog. Basically, they was able to take the skin of the African frog and use it. The skin of it is basically eating stem cells, and the stem cells eating the stem cells and reproducing itself, right? So we're gonna get into it though. So now at the University of Vermont, right? The biological inspired engineer at Harvard University have discovered an entirely new form, right? The same team that built the first living robots, or the Xenobots, assembled from the frog cells, right? Remember that, from the frog cells, discovered that these computer design and hand assembled organisms can swim into their tiny dish, find single cells, gather hundreds of them together, and assemble baby Xenobots inside their Pac-Man shaped mouth that a few days later become new. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. I can't see. Okay, here we go. Become new Xenobots that look like themselves. Take y'all. Boop. All right. Oh, that moving like themselves. So, and what's crazy about this, right? Now, they were able to. They had to find multiple shapes, because what you'll see is the first shape that they create with these Xenobots, it was only able to reproduce one time and then die out. Right? And I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I'm just gonna be honest. I believe that this might be linked to the Yaakov story. This might be how we created. Let me keep going, man. Let me stop. I ain't gonna jump all the way out yet. Hold on. Let me slow down. I ain't gonna take y'all there yet. Hold up. As Pac-Man, here go a picture of them. This is what they look like when they move it around, eating the stem cell, eating up the stem cells. And it says, as a Pac-Man shape, Xenobot parents move around their environment and collect loose stem cells in their mouths that over time basically become offspring, right? Oops. So in the Xenopus, the Xenopus laevis frog, right? These embryonic cells would develop into skin. They would be sitting on the outside of a tadpole, keeping out pathogens and redistributing mucus, right? So it's crazy. They basically it's not necessarily it's even though it's produced by the frog, it's not necessarily somehow it's kind of set. It operates separate from the frog. It's almost like it has its own mind. So this frog has skin that has a mind of its own. That's what we're basically talking about, right? This frog has skin with a mind of its own. Trust me, this is going to sound like some straight out of X-Men or whatever. I can't think of the movie, man. Somebody might be able to put that in the chat. There was a movie where they was like trying to like find the little superhero powers or something like that, and they was able to do it using like some type of frog from Africa. So it's weird that that movie was made, and then it comes out that that's exactly what's going on. But let's just keep going, right? So this is what the frog looks like, you know, to kind of give y'all a little bit of some visuals on it. So according to Michael Levin, right, a biology professor, so I can see his credentials, he said, but we're putting them into a novel context. We're giving them a chance to reimagine the multicellularity, the multicellularity, right? People have thought for quite a long time that we've worked out all the ways that life can reproduce or replicate. But this is something that's never been observed before, right? So we're going to get into a few of the problems that they was having at first, right? So this is according to Douglas Blackiston, right? These cells have the genome of a frog, but freed from becoming tadpoles, they use their collective intelligence, right, to do something astounding. In earlier experiments, the scientists were amazed that the xenobots could be designed, right, in order to achieve simple tasks. So basically, they was able to basically program these cells to actually do tasks, right? These were a computer designed collection of cells. So we have the full unaltered frog genome, says Levin, but it gave no hint that these cells can work together on this new task, or gathering and then compressing separated cells into working self copies, right? This is reproduction. This is what we were talking about. Chimatic type of way. Let's keep going though. These are frogs replicating in a way that is very different from how frogs do it. No animal or plant known to science replicates in this way. And this is, and just so y'all know, we are moving. Anybody have heard my debate with Suave? You already know I went into the metaverse. I'm getting ready to connect all of this to the metaverse when we talk about the technological singularity. I don't know if y'all are up on that, but it is usually a lot of the movies that we watch are based on that theory that, you know, one day machine will overtake man. I don't believe that machine will overtake man. I believe at some point in time we become one with machine. And that's what I talk about when we get into the mind, right? The mind linking to something other than a brain, right? And so basically, this is basically what you're talking about right here. This is how you open up the gates for that, right? These things are self-replicating themselves. So this is only on a minute scale. But imagine if we start talking about they're able to actually create uh these different type, I mean, basically they'll be able to create different type of bodies that you can link to, because we're like, we got to be reminded, what's dying is the flesh. Your mind isn't dying. Your mind ain't going nowhere. Your flesh is what is passing away. So connecting the mind to something that actually lasts a lot longer isn't a bad idea, totally. But some of you might be a little bit afraid of that, right? Let's keep going. So, according to Sam Kriegman, and of course, you know, you see all of his credentials. On its own, the Xenobot parent, made of some 3,000 cells, forms a spear, right? So this is right here. What they finna get into is how they had to reshape it. It's a reason why it's shaped like Pac-Man, right? It's a real reason why it's shaped like Pac-Man. The other shapes of it just didn't work, right? So let's get into it. In the forms of a spear, these can make children, but the system normally dies out after that. It's very hard actually to get the system to keep reproducing. So this is where they was having trouble. So where they go back into the drawing board is by, okay, well, let's move it from a shape of a spear, right? So what do? But with an artificial intelligence program working on the deep green supercomputer cluster at UVM's Vermont, an evolutionary algorithm was able to test billions of body shapes and simulations, triangles, squares, pyramids, starfish. They was trying everything to find the ones that allowed the cells to be more effective at the motion-based kinetic replications reported in the new research. We asked the supercomputer at UVM to figure out how to adjust the shape of the initial parents, and the AI came up with some strange design after months of chugging away, including one that resembled Pac-Man. So this was the final design. This is the breakthrough right here. When we are talking about the Xenobots and them being able to self-replicate, this is the breakthrough. Because watch what happens once they're able to switch it. So this is the shape that they're able to turn it into. So it went at one point in time, it's a spear. The spear is able to eat these loose stem cells around it and replicate itself, right? Or reproduce itself. But it dies out after that generation. So now what the game plan was to reshape, right? To reshape the Xeno, and that way it to figure out how exactly can they create it to where it can self-replicate. So now this is what you end up with, the Pac-Man shape figure, right? The Pac-Man shape figure. So it's very non-intuitive. It looks very simple, but it's not something a human engineer would come up with. Why one tiny mouth? Why not 5? We sent the results to Doug, and he built these Pac-Man shaped parent Xenobots. Then those parents built children, who built grandchildren, who built great-grandchildren, who built great-great-grandchildren. In other words, the right design greatly extended the number of generations. This is a whole nother world. Shout out to the Sith Lord in the building. Power to the dark side, God. Right? So now the Pac-Man shape was the key. This was all based on a computer algorithm basically came up with the design. Once they was able to design it, now you are getting into the taking off of the Xenobots. Now, this is the point where people be talking about. So the machines can recreate themselves. Yes, but I don't know if y'all notice what's going on here. I don't know if y'all understand what's going on here. If you paying attention to the connection to the machine able to reproduce itself is what? actual nature. Y'all get it in a second. Don't even worry. They're already showing you that. Think about it. Let's replace the stem cell with another human. If we replace the stem cells with another human, now you are talking about something that is taking you and creating something brand new. And that can reproduce itself. So you're not getting left behind in this situation. You are going to be combined in this situation. It's going to take both of us in order for this to even work. So I can understand where the worrisome comes in at. Yes, these things they do have a mind of their own and they are self-replicating. But where you don't have to be afraid of is these things are still an idea or a thought of the mind, right? Because you still have to remember when we are talking about the material world, right? Or we are talking about matter, that is all a thought in the mind, right? So though these xenobots are conscious, they are a part of consciousness, they aren't conscious. They are only a part of your consciousness. So the next development of when we're talking about the xenobots is going to be a combination of your mind, and whatever the final stage is of what these things will look like, right? We don't know what. See, a lot of people talk about it. We're getting glory. We're gonna get new bodies, glorified. Ain't that what the Israelites say? We're gonna get the glorified bodies. You don't know how that process exactly takes place. There's no details. There's no details on how we are going to live forever. We just know at some point in time, we're going to reach a point where we're not going to die, where we're not going to be sick, where we're not going to get old anymore. That's coming. The question is how does that happen? There's going to become a time where, because think about it, your mind, the brain or the body is limiting your mind. Every time your mind is trying to do work, the body lets it know that it either needs rest or it needs food or it needs it. Your body is a fucking boundary to your mind. There will come a point in time where we are going to free the mind. Then all that we want is unlimited. That time is coming. It's just coming a lot faster than people are comfortable with. Let's keep going though. So we've discovered that there is previously unknown space within the organisms or the living systems, and it's a vast space. How do we know then? How do we then go about exploring that space? We found xenobots that walk. We found xenobots that swim. And now in this study, we found xenobots that can kinetically replicate. What else is out there? This is, and where I think sometimes it gets scary at is I don't think we understand how the technological advancements of humanity are literally humanity, right? It's still a collective consciousness that split atoms. Yeah, it looks like somebody else they're in control of it or whatnot, but It was a collective consciousness that actually split the atom. They didn't just get that out of nowhere. That's been years and years of philosophy and years of study in order for them to split the atom. So you're just as responsible for splitting the atom as anybody else is, because all of this around you is all a part of your thoughts in the first place. So don't sell yourself short. Please don't. Everything around you, you have created. Now, we are working to understand this property, replication. The world and technologies are rapidly changing. It's important for society as a whole that we study and understand how this works. These millimeter-sized living machines, entirely contained in a laboratory, easily extinguished and vetted by federal, state, and institutional ethics experts, are not what's keeping me awake at night. No, what is? And see, this is where we have to start thinking about humanity, right? He's not worried about that. The speed at which we can produce solutions matters deeply. This is what this is. If we can develop technologies, learning from xenobots, where we can quickly tell the AI we need a biological tool that does X, Y, and Z, and X, Y, and suppresses Z, right? That could be very beneficial. What are we talking about? Watch this. The team aims to accelerate how quickly people can go from identifying a problem to generating solutions. I like deploying living machines, right? To pull microplastics out of waterways, right? Or even build new medicine. Think about how fast, think about it. We're getting ready to move into an age of quantum computing. Quantum computing. So now we have self-replicating AI working. And we also have a whole, it's getting ready to be a real shift. And I want y'all to know you don't have to be afraid of the machine, because the machine, you created the machine. It's no different than a cup. It's no different than a table. The question is what are we getting ready to build that's advanced enough for our minds to take the next step for humanity? A lot of our fears, like I said, it comes with an attachment to your flesh. A lot of people will tell you that they are more than their brain. People knock on your doors to tell you that you are more than your brain, and to tell you about the life after the flesh. But don't nobody want death. It's scary, ain't it? Thinking about your mind transitioning. It's going to happen though, one way or another. We're moving there very fast. We're getting ready to get into that. Right? We need the technology to grow at the same rate as the problem. We need to grow at the same rate as the problems and the solutions, basically. Right? So now we get into the point of singularity. Right? The point of technological singularity. Like I said, there's multiple theories on this. Some is, if you check out the Terminator, I know many of you have seen where it's Skynet is taking over, I'm here to tell you that you are Skynet. That is the future. But you will be Skynet. The enemy was those who was fighting against Skynet. Y'all don't even know that. They were trying to keep humanity and consciousness in a lower state. A lot of people think that the Terminator, he was in the first one, he was the good guy. When he came in to kill Sarah O'Connor and all of them, he was actually the good guy. The nigga became a traitor by part 2. The nigga was a traitor to all of Skynet, bro. And little do y'all know, the fight is about the mind. That was when you talking about the Terminator, that was no different than the serpent in the garden trying to let them know that it's more knowledge out there for y'all. That's what Skynet came to tell you. Hey, man, yo, you're more than it's more to life than this. You are more than your brain. No, the Terminator switched sides. They're trying to keep you suppressed into your flesh. They don't want you to move. They don't want you to see heaven. They don't want you to live forever. People want you to stay sick. They think that because it's the natural way, that's the way it's always been. We should stay sick. The fuck is you talking about? If there's a way to cure every disease, why the hell don't we take it? Let's keep going. Technological singularity, an impending intelligence explosion. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all, this is talked about as it's going to happen. The question, the fight isn't if it's going to happen. The question is, how does it happen? What does it look like exactly? Right? In this century, humanity is predicted to undergo a transformative experience, the likes of which has not been seen since we first began to speak fashion tools and plant crops. This experience goes by various names: the intelligence explosion, accelerando, or the technological singularity, which is the term we'll be using, right? But they all have one thing in common. And these, they all come down to the hypothesis that accelerating change, technological progress, and knowledge will radically change humanity. You guys are getting ready to step into a whole nother world. See, and you know what's crazy? Y'all don't even know how fast it happened. Think about what just happened. They already have prepared you guys. They've already prepared you for the shift. They made you stay at home for 2-3 years. Told you couldn't work. Told you couldn't interact with nobody. Keep your 6 feet distance. They were already preparing you for the shift. So you can be afraid all you want. You can try to fight it all you want. But the shift is here. Right? In various forms. Right? In various forms, this theory cites concepts like, is that right? Oh, excuse me. The iterative nature of technology, advances in computing, and historical instances where major innovations led explosive growth in human societies. I got you, big man. Many proponents believe that this explosion or acceleration will take place sometime during the 21st century. You are living in that moment now. Like I said, and the moment is coming up on you so fast. A lot of people don't even see the whole play. You notice anytime somebody is doing something, they've been moving us towards this direction for a while. They've been moving us towards this direction. They set you at home and told you there was nothing that you could stay away from other people. Stay away from other people. So how do we have to interact? We had to use our minds in order to interact with each other. Y'all don't even understand that. So because you weren't allowed, because you had to keep distance from people and you weren't allowed to leave out of the house, you were able to actually create mental connections with people. This is the first beginning. This is when we start talking about being a monadic mind or monads, right? This is where we start talking about being a monadic mind or a monad, right? Why? Because now, first of all, like I said, these minds have always existed. But now we start getting into, when we start talking about creating hive mind. This is pretty much what we've done. Only being able to interact with each other in a mental state, right? That's what the metaverse is. That's what the internet is. That's how we are interacting at this moment. You are interacting with me in a mental state. We are connecting at the mind. There is nothing physical involved right now. But matter does exist. Because why? We are agreeing to it. So as you can see, they get into the 6 epics of human advancement, basically, and they kind of tell you, we can see where we start at, and we can pretty much see where we are now. We're at the end. We're at the point where AI is now self-replicating. We are at the point now to where they are putting robots in you and allowing these things to do the work. So so it's not, this isn't something that we have to be necessarily afraid of. It's just something that we just need more understanding on. And like I said, the more that we understand about the mind and the more that we understand about the material world, the less that you have to be afraid of robots. Those robots need a mind in order. The AI, even though it's AI, it doesn't have, it still needs the mind. It's going to take you in order for the AI to actually take off the way that you think it's going to. So this is a combination of technology and man. And some people will say that technology isn't natural or it isn't nature, but I would like to name something of technology that doesn't come from nature. Where exactly are we getting the elements to create this stuff exactly? To where it ain't natural. I don't care if you're building a robot. Everything on the robot comes from the planet. So it's natural. check this out. I'm in the energy field and work with a lot of electromechanical devices. The advancement of commercial grade drones alone is mind blowing. They take on a life of their own. It's fascinating. Exactly. And then you know what the next step is to that? Those drones will be mentally controlled. You will own those will be controlled by the mind fully. Right now, you haven't been able to link to it. So right now, we still have to use it. We haven't been able to create the link. So we need a controller. We still need the controller to operate the game. Eventually, 2K, you're going to be playing 2K and John Madden in your mind. It's not going to be, you're not going to need a controller. You're not going to have you're not going to need the vibe. You're not going to need the vibration of the controller in order for you to feel the game. We're already there. Many proponents believe that this explosion or acceleration, right, as we've seen, will take place. We've seen that. So they kind of give us, like I said, this countdown to the moment of singularity. I'm only here to tell you it's nothing that you have to fear. It's nothing that you have to fear. It's nothing that can take us over. There is nothing that is outside of the mind. Remember that. There is nothing that is outside of the mind. All of these things are aspects of self and of the mind. That means they're you and you control them. Facts. Facts. Or we will be able to do what the drone do. Biotech. Exactly. Exactly. To be honest, that the drone is probably a limitation. That's probably in the way of you just in full, and that's why in a lot of ways it becomes a form of I want to say belief. I don't want to kind of sound like, but it's more so where as you what do they say, as a man think it, so it be. This is what you're getting. This is what we're moving into. As you think it, so it shall be. So this is we're getting ready to move into a fun time. Let me go ahead. Actually, I'll go ahead and drop the link. See if anybody wants to go in on this a little bit. So yeah, I definitely though, man. I definitely appreciate Mongo for bringing this out. Because like I said, man, this to me, this brought a lot around for me when we talk when especially when I was even talking about, you know, in the debate that I pretty much had with Swap on the on us living in the metaverse and becoming one with the metaverse. And like I said, it's just a matter of what level are we going to live in the metaverse. But you're living in it now. Part time. Sooner or later it'll be full time. Understanding that you are more than your brain. Understanding that you are outside of your flesh. Understanding that this is just a tool. Right now we use this body or these brains to interact with this plane. There is coming a time where we won't need these bodies to do so. Power to the dark
Power to
side.
the dark side. Power to the dark side. What's good? Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you
Yep,
in
I got
clear.
you in clear. Yeah. I just wanted to add there is a small concern with the AI that people fear, and that's this them becoming self-aware. And it's possible, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that, I mean, it's just a part of it's just a part of what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? There's all type of danger possibilities, like like people see shit like the Matrix, like if the AI comes self-aware and they start thinking for themselves, like then they could come to the conclusion that, hey, actually we're more fit to rule than humans. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what some of these clones are on the earth today. When you look at the whole shit creating this Adam is fucking AI. You know what I'm saying? Then the motherfucker becomes. You see the same fear that Yahweh had. You know what I'm saying? Like you said with the tree and shit. Like, but even if the AI becomes self-aware and you know it's still a part of the natural evolution of things, and we would be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? But so there's always going to be a certain danger with anything, just like, but it's not the thing. You know what I'm saying? That is the danger. It's those what people can do with those things. Just like a gun or technology now, just like nuclear power. You know what I'm saying? That was a danger, but yeah, somebody can make a nuclear bomb. So, but we can also give free energy to the world. So, yeah, man, the fear of the future is real. The fear of technology is real, but the thing about it is inevitable.
Right.
Either
Right.
way, like whatever like you're not gonna stop it. So you might as well learn as much as you can and get involved with it, so you can be the person that maybe brings balance. But I think eventually we're definitely going to be totally we're going to be actually just be the AI. Like it's going to be a part of our biology. So,
Yeah, and
yeah,
see, I
see,
think
I think
you got a echo, but I think when we talk about and that's where I think the danger part, when we talk about the self-awareness, I don't think that's necessarily them becoming self-aware on their own. I think that's us. That I think that is the beginning of the combining of the two. I think though, I think it does become scary is for those who don't want to combine, and those who don't want to make that transition. And I think that is a valid. I think that is a valid argument. But I think though at the same time that just comes down to, what are we being attached to? You know what I mean? Are we going? How important is how more important is the mind than the body to us? I think that's going to be really the major question that's getting ready to have to be answered for us all individually. On top of that, yeah, I don't know if you don't have no you only had an echo if I'm talking. You good though? Good though.
yeah. I'll throw my headphones on real quick. Yeah. It's yeah, I would agree, man. It's just we don't. The thing is we don't know because we you can't exactly predict it, and that's the fear of the unknown. Like where, because people are way like, where does this lead to, and what happens, and then it's also the lack of evolution, like the that, and I be telling people that's why we're dying. Like that's how species fall off. Like there's people who say, I don't want to become, integrated with. I don't want to lose my humanity and shit like that. That's the sign of something that doesn't want to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like humanity
Right.
has to end at some point. Humanity has flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna become a new species, man, and the things that were commonly human will be no more. And there's some people, for some reason, they're attached to that. Like you said, they want to be able to get sick. That's and you know what's crazy? Remember in the Matrix, that's what Smith was telling Neo. He was like, we tried to give you the perfect program, but your primitive cerebral cortex wouldn't accept it. Like we found out that you humans define yourselves by suffering. So we had to create
Right.
another man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because
we had to
remember they
create.
were saying stuff like uh, to die is human, or to suffer is human. It's like what?
Right. Like, nah, like, yeah, we don't want to remain human. What's wrong with that? Like, yeah, so and I think that's where even when we talk about this goes into the discussions even about moving forward philosophically. Like some people think they're like, yo, y'all are leaving God out of the equation. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all are talking about. I remember I was talking to Yara. People talk about that's humanism. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Right.
yeah, hello. Like God can never be left out the equation. You know what I'm saying? There would be no equation without whatever you're calling God. It's like God is making all this happen, bro. Like God is moving forward. It's see their concepts are just so human. That's the thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever you, and that's why I say there's certain aspects of evolution I believe in. Like if you look at what they say, like when they had like the hominid races, and then a new race is evolving, and then they start to like explore shit, and make tools, and it's the same thing. Them other motherfuckers is going, man, I ain't leaving Texas for what? Everything, like I don't know what's out there. How do y'all know? There's all the fears and rumors and like myth, and then you heard there was just dragons out there and monsters. Like they had that shit in in that first what was that movie about the apes, Planet of the Apes? They had the forbidden land.
Yeah.
You must never go to the forbidden land. You know what I'm saying? So, but people don't see that they can't make the connection between their mentality and those stories. What you're talking about is like the forbidden land. That's the apple. That's the tree that you're not supposed to bite. You see what I'm saying? Like they feel like you're going beyond what we're supposed to know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I bring it on. Give me a motherfucking immortal body. I'm all with it. I'm ready to move to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, they want to go to heaven and live forever. You know what I'm saying? So, but they don't, and that's the thing, man. They don't, like you said when you were saying, we know what's gonna happen, but we don't know which exactly how. They actually are saying the same thing, but they envision it in a certain way. They think they're just supposed to be caught up in the air and some magical shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's really the
And they
same
strict
thing.
to that.
Yeah. So it's like, yo, you're like you're not evolving, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like And it's crazy. As far as we already fell behind, and niggas is still trying to stay behind on purpose. That's crazy. That's crazy. You gonna pass, yo? You got a choice in 2022. You can pass your child the next advances in science, a coding book and astronomy book, and so they can get involved. And you can pass them a goddamn Bible, or you can pass them both. But you know what I'm saying. But like, I just think, man, like I don't know what it is. Sometimes I worry maybe just it's just the process that it's just like it's the same. It's crazy because it's almost the same concept. Like there's a chosen, elected few that's gonna make it. Like, and those are the ones. But what makes them elect? Is it that is Jesus a technology? You see
Exactly.
you see what I'm saying? Like maybe you got to maybe the acceptance of the ones of the elect is maybe represents like a technology. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they can't make the connection between old language, new language, and just open their minds and think, man. But yo, it's been a great presentation, man. I'm gonna sit back and chill out and listen.
Definitely, man. I appreciate it, God. I appreciate it. Definitely. I'm getting ready to close this one out anyway, man. I want this to have some replay value. So, I'll say a few more things and but yeah, when we talk about it though, you can, I think we talked about a lot of times in church, getting your new glorified body. You know what I mean? It was a lot of things that was said. Uh, getting not even just just the aspect of no more sickness and no more death and no more war and all of that. Most of these things occur because of the lust of the flesh. It's a lot of war we'll be able to eliminate when people don't need a body, when your mind is the only thing that needs to be fed. Let's say that. When your mind is the only thing that will need to be fed, that's a lot less wars right there in itself. Where do you need what place do you need to own that you can't go to in your mind? In your mind, where do you, how are you on stepping over somebody else's boundary? So I think a lot of people are excited and they talk a good talk, like they're expecting this great future to come, but when we start talking about the details, nah, they are uncomfortable. You told me about the glorified body. I didn't. I'm just telling you what they may look like. Your glorified body might be in the form of a goddamn xenobot. We don't know. But we do know that at some point in time, the minds of us are no longer going to be linked to a brain, and it is going to link to something that can take us further. It never fails. It's going to take us into something further. Sorry about that, y'all. It's going to take us into another place. Y'all already know the motto. If you have been listening to this, together we are Babel. Let's build. I got to give a special praise to the most beautiful goddess, Stimu, who is the image of Whoopi Goldberg. I got to give it power to the dark side. And man, just to be honest, man, repent. 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 Because it's coming fast. Everything is coming upon you fast. But y'all already know what we're here to do. We are going to free the mind in a way that has never been done before. With that being said, power to the dark side.
Depo on the beat. I couldn't believe it, even when out of eye, and I still couldn't see it. This is much deeper than flesh and blood. Nigga, we fighting demons. Been double dead by the devil, and I'm still in the field. Now you get to watch me get it up out of the mud. I couldn't believe it, even when I was out of eye, and I still couldn't see it. This is much deeper than flesh and blood. Nigga, we fighting demons. I've been double dead by the devil, and I'm still undefeated. Now y'all get to watch me get it up out of the mud. Now y'all get to see me without a mud. Everything that I do gon' be out of love. And I'm tired of these trials and these tribulations, and I'm sick of my name while we getting drugged. But no, I ain't budge. All of this money and you not pursuing it. All of this time you don't know what to do with it. Counterproductive and counterintuitive. Why you be acting like you are brand new to it? Straight from the gutter, boy, we getting sewer. As soon as we get it, you know we gon' move it quick. All of this money I made from the block, get out the game and invest it in stock. Bought me a whip, get the rest of it up. When you saving, don't stop, man, it messes them up. We gon' be fine, but we stay on our grind. All of my niggas is stepping it up, and they foot on our neck and no letting it up. We level the playing field, even the battle. My son is a scientist, he's splitting atoms. Need us more geniuses, I know we got them. I know it's in us, I'm bringing it out. I know ain't perfect, I'm making them out. On Capitol Hill, and I'm bringing them houses. The path that I'm on, should nobody follow. I couldn't believe it, even when out of eye, and I still couldn't see it. This is much deeper than flesh and blood. Nigga, we fighting demons. Been double dead by the devil, and I'm still in the field. Now you get to watch me get it up out of the mud. I couldn't believe it, even when I was out of eye, and I still couldn't see it. This is much deeper than flesh and blood. Nigga, we fighting demons. I've been double dead by the devil, and I'm still undefeated. Now y'all get to watch me get it up out of the mud. We fought hard on this road this longer. Fighting each other won't make us no stronger. Honey, this nigga's been fighting this hunger. I'm at my worst and ain't getting no wronger. No change of silence, I'm making it through. I flip a chair or a table or two. They won't believe what I'm able to do. I'm making these movements, this a new movement. My dog at the gate and all praises of Nubis. I'm getting too lit in my boat pack with doobies. On my way up and I break through your roofing. Shot for the moon and it made me a star. Got so much drive I can make it to Mars. Can't promise today that I'll make it tomorrow. Every time that we make is to pay what we borrow. It's to pay what we borrow. Reparations on the table, nigga, we ain't seen shit. Put us under pressure, nigga, we ain't even sweat. Came out shining like a diamond in the middle, what's a mess? On Martin Luther King, bitch, we coming for a check. Headed to the Capitol to stake my feelings in the mind of a radical. You can't ride with me. I'm my only witness when I handle my business. Pull it from the hip, say bye-bye, Billy. No more time for no coasting, I'm on the highway focused. I ain't even smoking, I'm just riding my emotion. Both eyes open, I'm just trying to keep calm. Put an extra set of eyes on them doing recon. Knee deep in snow, say you try and keep going. Told him get up out the cold before my nigga deform. Every old wound seem to getting retorn. I'ma write deep poems to a nigga reborn. I'ma make a statement before I make it out alive. No Channel 5, I would rather make a lie. Before the news try to make a nigga out alive. But the pain in my eyes on a much bigger prize. 5-0 on both hands in the sky. Little do they know it's no plan to survive. I ain't finna give them no chance to decide. I'ma put they feet in both hands in the fire. Dancing in the fire like E-Shake. You gon' test the water, never get both feet wet. We done overexposed the city defense to the overexposure indecent. They don't know they diving in the deep end. Ain't no way that they surviving through the weekend. Everything blown in the flash like a beacon. Drowned in the flames, it's too late to let it sink in. Got 10 ways I can be vengeful. Sitting on 10 grenades, every last pinful. This guerrilla war, they don't know what they in for. I can hear them at the door trying to move in slow. I can hold them off, I got 3 shots. Taking every soul for at least 3 blocks. I can smell the fire burning through the sheetrock. Seeing bodies in the flame, nigga try and reach out. This is how you practice what you finna speak out. Thinking about the facts that they try to leave out. This is for my roots running through the deep south. Dying for a cause, what we finna beef out. If you ain't about the cause, what you finna beef out. Showing up deep, we gon' bring the streets out. Every man line up, showing what your street out. An independent state, what a nigga need now.